get him my love.
Well, my daughter should be on the line, Karis.
Hey, Karis.
Hi.
How are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Good.
How are you today?
I'm tired, but you know Billy don't let you say no.
No, he doesn't.
All right.
Got that right.
But it's okay.
Well, we appreciate you being here.
We thank you for the honor.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to PDA. PDA is a digital series on navigating workforce behaviors and workplace environments in today's marketplace. Our purpose is to engage audiences, enlighten audiences, coach and mentor professionals, connect ethnically and generationally, offering actionable strategies for you to be successful in today's marketplace. Today, we have a special presentation. Today, we are giving a presentation on National Breast Cancer Awareness and Prevention Month. This is a special presentation for me, as many members of my family have suffered through breast cancer, and I wanted to take this time with the team to do this in their honor. My dear mother, aunts, and cousin all suffer from this disease, and as you know, it's affecting the community at large, many women, and of course, men. So that's what we're here for today. We have a great panel of two good friends and members of the community that I'm sure some of you know very well. So we're going to start off with introducing the panel. Unfortunately, Dr. D and Alicia will be jumping on a little later. They had some other events to attend this evening, but Karis and I will hold it down, and we're pleased to have two very special guests with us, and we'll let them introduce themselves, Ms. Kim Nesbitt Good and Tina Graham. So once again, my name is Bill Smith, longtime event professional, hospitality professional. Please link up with me on the LinkedIn platform. You'll also find the PDA group following and connection right in the chat. Please link up with us. We got a lot of great things, and we would appreciate your support. So let's get moving. I'm going to turn it over for Karis for her introduction at this time.
Sure. Thank you, Bill, and good evening, everyone. My name is Karis Townsend. I serve as a fractional and interim COO for small business owners as well as nonprofits. Additionally, I have a platform called Conversations with Karis, where I help professionals and leaders understand microaggressions, how to manage them in their work environment so that they can thrive. So I am part of the Professional Development and Accountability Group. Thank you all for having me. You can connect with me on my LinkedIn. And Bill, I'll turn it back over to you. Thank you.
All right. Next up, family friend, community activist, entrepreneur, big time Obama supporter, someone very dear to the Townsend family. Ladies and gentlemen, without further introduction, Ms. Kim Nesbitt Good.
Well, good evening, everybody. And I want to thank the PDA for inviting me to be a part of this. You know how much your family means to me. Been part of my growth and my healing. So I want to thank you all again for inviting me. I thank Tina for joining up with me in this conversation. So, you know, we're here to share some of our personal journeys. I'm not one to really talk about it because I believe if you give something to God, you leave it there. But so, Billy, thank you so much for having me and your great organization. And thank you for the work that you're doing. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Kim. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank Kim for doing this. Fresh from her trip to Aruba, and we want to congratulate her on being a new grandmother.
Yes.
just had a
Congratulations.
new
Thank you.
granddaughter. All right. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, my dear friend, I've traveled all over the country and Caribbean with this woman. I've done over, 400 comedy live music showcases with her. Very dear friend. Uh, Again, we had another thing planned for this, and then she, came up with this, so we had to make some adjustments. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, my dear friend, the godmother of comedy. If you don't know, ask somebody. Miss Tina Graham. Tina, could you give us a little introduction, please? Thank you.
Hey, everybody. Thank you, Billy, for making me part of this. I don't really do public speaking, but you, like she said, you don't take no for an answer. Well, I'm Tina Graham, and I search for talent for different TV shows and events, and I've been doing it for about 40 years now. I'm telling my age. Yeah, I work for different TV shows like Showtime at the Apollo, Uptown Comedy Club, Def Comedy Jam. I search talent all over the country. I do events. I do community service. Right now, working on a few TV shows just to have opportunities for comedians to show their talent. So that's what I do.
Great.
And me and
Yes,
Billy work together on
Good
different
to
events
hear.
with comedy and music all over the country. Like you said, prayers for Jamaica right now.
Yes.
Amen.
yes.
We did
prayers
Jamaica
for
about
Jamaica.
5 times. So yeah, and I do event. It's amazing that I ended up with breast cancer recently. I do a show called Fashion Comedy Style since 1995, and I donated money to breast cancer awareness since 1995.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am. You have been engaged with a lot of different community events, the ones that I work with you directly and others. So again, Tina, it's you know, very deserving of all of your awards and accolades in the entertainment field. I know, and again, I value and admire your work. You have been a godmother and inspiration to most of the comedians I've met over the last 25 years. And again, they truly appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I'm glad that you took this time to go through this particular presentation with us. So, with that said, we're going to get started. And what we do here is we normally start off with some facts to give the public as to what the topic is. So I'm going to start with that, and then Karis and I will go on with the discussion as it relates to today's topic of National Breast Cancer and Awareness. I also want to encourage everyone to support Tina in her journey for cancer. I think she is documenting it very well on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. The PDA group made a donation today on her behalf, and I'm asking everybody to do the same. Now, I'm not talking about, thousands of dollars, but $5, $10, $20 can make a difference. I
That's
made
right.
$50 contribution. You guys should be able to do the same. To be honest, I saw she had about, 77 donations. Tina knows thousands. So let's show some support. I have it right in the chat. You can make a donation. Let's help people that helped us with our entertainment and bringing us some joy. And that's my story on that. And please, if you would, we would appreciate your support. So, with that being said, let's get started.
All
Welcome,
right.
everyone. Once again, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the month of October, and we're here to provide some awareness and prevention for this. I want you to know that this year, an estimated some 317,000 women and 2,800 men will be diagnosed with breast cancer. You should also know that 1 in 8 women in the United States will have breast cancer in her lifetime. That's serious, all right? This year, an estimated almost 43,000 women will die from breast cancer in the United States of America. When diagnosed early, there's a 5-year survival rate. That's why messages like this are important. Please go get the exam, men and women. Black women have a 38% higher breast cancer mortality rate than white women. Fact. Breast cancer is the leading cause of cancer death for Latin women living in the United States. Fact. Oh my God. Here's some other information from the stats that I just, put to you. Let's not also forget the Native American and Alaskan women who are also suffering from this disease. Here we have a breakdown as it relates to each one by the population. And as you can see, the numbers are staggering per 100,000 residents. You can see 140, 130 going to be diagnosed with this. This is serious. Let's also talk about the age rates. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the numbers are getting lower. You can see there's a sweet spot now between 30 and like 70 where this is being diagnosed. Get the exam. Here I want to just articulate that since 100 years only 100 years, women have gotten treatment on this, and there has been numerous accomplishments to help out. I'm familiar with tamoxifen. My mother was one of the first ones to use that drug. She had a radical mastectomy back in 1974. And I know that these drugs, and these treatments are, very hard on the body. So again, a lot has been done, but it's also very taxing. Here's just another brief summary of some of these accomplishments, especially with radiation and chemotherapy. Be aware, take action. Let's fight breast cancer. So we're now going to move back and forth to a few of these slides for the remaining part. We're now going to start, though, with the discussion part of this particular presentation. I'm going to ask Karis and Tina to start off with the questions and answers, and we'll get moving right along. If you do have some questions for the panel or for Kim or Tina, please put them in the chat. We'd appreciate that. Karis?
Perfect. Thank you, Bill.
Tina?
So Tina, first, Tina and Kim, thank you both for joining this platform and also coming from a place of showing your vulnerability and allowing us in. And this may be a hard conversation, but I also know that there are others out there that will benefit. And so thank you again. This is very, very important. So Tina, for you, can you take us back to the moment that you first received your diagnosis and what emotions you felt and the thoughts that flooded in your heart at that moment?
Well, I hadn't had a mammogram since COVID-19. And I went to the doctor and they said, you got to have a mammogram. So I'm so used to having them every year and not having the results. But I was getting ready to go to Miami to the film festival. So I went and had the mammogram. Usually they just send the results over to my doctor. The next day they sent me, said, you have to come back and have it again. I'm like, this never happened before. Then they said I had to have an ultrasound. So I had to go to Miami, but I got a message next day that I had to do a biopsy. And I'm like, they said they found something out from the ultrasound. So I went to Miami. I was like, after I did the biopsy, I said, when did the results come back? So I got on a plane and went to Miami. And I'm like, they said, you got to come to the cancer center on Friday. Cancer center. So when I got back from Miami, I went to the doctor and she said, you tested positive. The biopsy was cancer. I saw her lips moving. I was shocked. I was not expecting that. So after the shock wore off, it was just like, this can't be real. But it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
So they scheduled me for all kind of tests, and then I have diabetes, so that was a complication. It still is.
Mm-hmm.
So I
So,
went today and got blood work, so I have to see a primary doctor.
mhm.
Now they're telling me I'm anemic and the chemo is not helping with the immune system. So I'm just taking it day by day. You know, the initial shock is wore off. I got a lot of support from friends and some family, you know, but I
So
have
tell
some
us.
people that goes to chemo with me.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, say that again.
I have some friends that come to chemo with me.
Mm-hmm.
So they stay there with me all day. They make me real comfortable. Everything is being done at Trinitas. But yeah, I was in denial at first. I was like, she lying. No, can't be. But it is what it is. But you know, God got me.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Amen.
Amen. And what helped you find the strength to face the uncertainty that's ahead of you?
My support, yeah. Um, my significant other, he's been ride or die, very patient. Encouragement from friends and family. They and people that's actually went through it
Mhm.
and they're overcome. I've lost a lot of friends to breast cancer, really close friends. And my father, I found out they did a genome test and it is genetic on my father's side. But I didn't really know my father's side of the family, but it's best to know family history
Mhm.
because that's the first thing they ask you. So I did the lumpectomy and now I'm going through chemo. Right now, they told me I have to have 20 sessions and radiation. So I'm taking it day by day. It's taking a toll, but
Mhm. And
one
then
day at a time.
how does that make you feel when you finish your sessions? What is that like?
It's kind of draining, and I find I'm anemic, so I'm kind of weak,
Mm.
and I have no appetite and no desire to eat. She said I'm losing weight too fast. I lost 10 pounds in 2 weeks.
Oh.
Mm.
So I'm forcing myself to eat because I can't taste the food.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I wanted to lose weight, but not this way.
Right. Right. How do you think your perspective on life, faith, and purpose began to shift after your diagnosis?
Well, it definitely makes you take an evaluation of your life.
Mhm.
It's like you gotta get yourself in order, you know. Death don't have expiration date, and we all got one.
Yeah.
Right.
So just have to stay prayed up and live right. Treat people how you want to be treated.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am.
Kindness don't cost a thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And then the last question I have for you is, how are you managing the decision-making process for your treatment options with all of the other stuff in your life that's happening and all the things that you're still working to accomplish? How are you making those treatment option choices?
I just do what the doctor tell me to do.
Mhm.
You tell me to never miss a session. I'm not gonna miss a session. I'm not gonna be late. I'm just gonna do what he tell me to do. You know, some people they got a lot of remedies and take soursop. Everybody's a doctor,
Mhm.
but yeah, I do take the soursop tea. You know, but I'm just doing what the doctor tell me to do. I'm doing the radiation. I mean, the chemo. They didn't start radiation yet, but my girl Monique Bass, she went through it, and she's been ride or die. So I have a very good support system.
Very good. And we do have a question for you in the chat. They say the place you pick for treatment is important. What did you consider in making your decision to go with Trinitas?
Well, that's where it started. That's where they found the cancer. So I let them do what they have to do. It's a cancer center, you know, but I didn't have much of an option.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for your openness and your candor. Bill, back to you.
Yes. Okay, Kim. I'm going to throw that same question back to you. If you could just give a little insights on, your discovery and your diagnosis as a survivor. Can you share, your experience with the audience to give some further insights to Tina's experience?
Well, Tina, just know I'm praying for you. Um, this is my third bout with cancer.
Wow.
When I was 19, I had breast cancer in my right breast, and then and I had a lumpectomy. Um, in 2005, I had ovarian cancer, and then 2018, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, but in my left breast. I was stage 4, and it came back with a vengeance. But my husband found a lump, and a lot of women don't realize that your man could help you find what needs to be found. Um,
Oh, oh, Em.
for those of you who may not know, I'm also a funeral director. And so when they called to tell me my diagnosis, I was on the phone with a family whose loved one had just died from breast cancer.
Wow.
And you you know you learn how to be grateful about life. And yeah, the chemo is horrible. The radiation is horrible. When I my first chemo visit, I had to sign a waiver that the chemo could take me out of here quicker than the cancer. But don't believe that. I'm alive and well. And I try to, I want to thank Bill for asking me to be on this Zoom. I don't talk about it. Like you said, everybody's a doctor, and the only doctor I have that I focus on is my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
That part.
Brought me through other things, and he's gonna. I'm on a cancer regimen I take every day, but I try not to be around negative people. I try not to be around people that always want to talk about going to the doctors or I don't feel good today or whatever, because that's not good in your healing. If you don't think positive, um, being a funeral director, right away people hear the thought of cancer, that you have cancer, right away they want to, oh, she only got so long to live. No, don't even get caught up in that stuff. Don't just enjoy life. It's good. The support group you have is excellent. I have the best husband. I have the best staff. My kids are amazing, even though I don't think my daughter really believes that I have cancer, dealing with cancer. She said, you never stop. We just had a big celebration for my birthday every year. We go to Aruba. This year was the smallest group, which was 94 people, because it's usually 100 and something. But
Wow.
it's sisters healing sisters. But then the husbands or the significant others would come also to support us sisters. And then going through my journey, my husband ended up with cancer.
Oh, no.
We both, and I had to tell him, you're not going to go through what I went through. He had prostate cancer. So it's really difficult when because I'm in the funeral industry, like different stages of what type of cancer is good. When I say good, I mean, you can be healed faster from it or whatever, but I don't focus on it. I just do, like you said, we just listen to our doctors, do what they tell us to do, and keep moving.
Mhm.
When I first started taking the chemo, the doctor said to me, "You like marijuana?" I was like, "Are you crazy? I'm not taking no marijuana." And I said, "It's gonna be okay." So when they asked me about the chemo, and I have to take it, I said, "No problem. My brother invented chemo." And he said, "Your brother?" And I said, "Yes." "Your brother invented chemo?" And I think he thought that I was like a little off. I said, "Yes, a Black man invented chemo." And a lot of people don't know that. And I said, "I'm not worried about it. I'm going to just do what I have to do." But I don't focus on it. Um, I don't even go to cancer events, you know. Um, I'm just, like I said, I've given it to the Lord. He's handling it. Um, the biggest problem I have is the neuropathy.
Oh,
That's
that's the worst.
it's a journey,
Yes, it is.
up and sometimes I could be making arrangements or I'm just writing, but I'm just using making arrangements as an example. And my hands would just stop writing, you know, or when you get ready to get out the bed, um, you sit up, then you try to turn, and sometimes my body will just freeze.
Hmm.
Um, everybody's chemo is different.
Yes.
And I, like you were talking about your taste buds, you know, um, trying to eat stuff, your mind will tell you, "I want some pizza," or "I want a steak," or whatever. And then you get it and it tastes horrible,
Horrible.
you know. But you're gonna be all right, my sister,
Well, I appreciate you.
And the first dose of chemo I had, they told me, in due time, my hair will come back or my hair will come out. But the next day, my daughter was sitting at the kitchen table. I went to comb my hair. And I didn't expect that because they told me, it'll be a while before it starts coming out. But because of the strength of the chemo, my hair started coming out immediately. That freaked me out, because I was getting ready for a funeral. And so everything with my husband is like a joke. So he sent my son to the beauty supply store to get some clippers. And so we sat in the kitchen. My daughter said, "Let me part your hair, Mom." I said, "No, because some more may come out." She parted my hair. My son shaved one side and my husband shaved the other. And then what my son did, he went in the bathroom and he shaved all his hair off.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
But my husband and my daughter said, "No, we ain't messing with our hair." So they wouldn't they would not shave their hair. But still today, my son, he's like, "I'm gonna say to shave my head." So it's been a journey. And the sad thing about when people find out you've been diagnosed with cancer, the first thing they think about, you're gonna die.
Mm.
And that's terrible because that's not true at all. You are going to be okay.
well, thank you.
We are not going to let Satan steal our joy. We are sisters. I'm so proud of Bill doing this conversation or having this conversation. It's so important. But, when you try to tell people your experience, sometimes they think they know more than you do. And they come with your situation. So, everybody, prayer is so, so, so important. As soon as I get up in the morning, I put on my gospel, and that gets me going. But it's for those of you who are not dealing with cancer, Um, it's a difficult journey, but it's not a journey you can't win.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen to that.
Amen.
Um,
Okay. Kim, you
wait.
guys really covered a couple questions there that we were going to ask as it relates to misconceptions and,
Mhm.
survivorship. So I'm going to move down a little bit, and I'm going to have Kara start talking about, what is the healing like? So Karis, could you start with segment 2, the process of healing?
Sure. And are you going to advance the slides?
Maybe I should.
Yeah. That's okay. Well, this is teamwork. We're going to work together.
That's right.
Once again, breast cancer has a high cure rate when it's detected early. So we're advocating for everyone to do that. And again, we'll come back to these slides here, but once again, poverty, less education, lack of health insurance, these things are associated with a lower survival rate.
Mhm.
There are options. We're going to discuss those things in a minute. And along with the stages, as Kim had mentioned earlier, knowing what stage you're in, how to act, all of the different types of information that you'll get. So these are things that will be going on in a few minutes, but I did want to continue with the discussion, which is, fantastic. So I'm sorry, please start if you would, Karis.
Thank you, Bill. So it sounds like, Kim, this is directed at you specifically. It sounds like the relationships with your families, friends, your faith community have evolved and have been very supportive throughout your journey. Many survivors talk about feeling both strong and vulnerable all at the same time. How do you balance those emotions?
So, like with me, being in the funeral industry, I see people who have lost their loved ones with cancer and stuff. And it is hard because there by the grace of God go I.
Mhm.
But I ain't gonna let you know that.
Right.
I'm not gonna focus on. It's weird. I had a colleague who was telling people that, oh yeah, Kim has cancer, and I went to an event and this person was there, and he scared me half to death because he looked like he saw a ghost.
Mm.
And I said to him, "What's the matter?" He said, "I heard you were very, very sick." And oh boy, I mean, it really upset me because people think because you have cancer, the first thought in their mind is, oh God, they're going to die. No, I'm going to live.
Mhm.
So, you have to be strong for yourself. You can't listen to other people. You just gotta fight the battle. It's not my problem. It's God's, and I'm not going to focus on it. Where, I'm going to be sitting around people who's going to take my strength from me,
Sure. Yep.
Amen.
and
Mhm.
that's very important. And Tina, keep doing your comedy, sister, because we need you. We need you, and don't focus on, like you said, you're going to do what the doctor told you to do. Don't focus on negative people and people that want to talk about. And see, what people don't understand, we all are dealing with something.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Do your thing, because even in your comedy, you're going to have a lot, when you finish all your little treatments, you're going to have a lot of funny stories to tell. Because when I tell, like my doctor asked me, and I always took my son and my husband with me to the doctors. The reason why, people don't believe that men get breast cancer too.
Yes, they do.
Mhm.
So the doctor was like, well, do you think that your husband and son should wait in the waiting room? No, because my son is married.
Mhm.
He may go through this journey with his wife.
Mhm.
At least he'll have some idea what's going on. So the doctor said to me, no, he asked my husband. how do you feel about Kim having a mastectomy? First of all, my husband said, what's a mastectomy? I'm like, oh, Lord. And I said, that's when they're going to take my boob away from me. And so the doctor said to Teddy, how do you feel about her losing one of her breasts? I said, you don't have a choice. He'll have more fun with one than he would with two. You can't, you know. So you have to keep your spirits up. You have to keep your strength up. It's good. We both, for what you told me and what I'm telling you, we have a wonderful support group. Like Billy, he would ride past the house on the bike and, always had some kind of joke. I'm like, okay, one day you're gonna laugh at me. You're gonna go by on that bike and you're gonna be right down on the ground. But it's amazing how you and I lift people where other people want people to feel sorry for them. I don't want you to feel sorry for me. I don't need your pity.
Mm-hmm.
That part.
I just need your love. Let's do what we got to do for each other and keep it moving.
That's true. And you guys are much stronger than the men, because I'm telling you, Kim, Tina, I'd have punked out a long time ago. All right. And I done thought about breast cancer with my aunts and my mother having it.
Mm-hmm.
I got to
Okay.
give a
So
shout out to Buddy Love, comedian Buddy Love. He's been at every chemo session with me. He's a comedian.
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah, pretty.
wow.
He
Yeah,
Big
I
up
drove
to
heard
Buddy
of
3
Love.
Buddy
hours from
Love.
Brooklyn to sit with me all day because
Yes.
I got to be there early at 9. We get out at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
And they
Mm,
make you so
And
comfortable.
they
right. And
do.
Buddy's in his 30s, I believe. Right,
Yeah, he is.
Tina?
He's an old soul though. He know all the old
All
songs,
right.
all
So
the
right,
old
but I'm just
movies.
saying the generational pull here that you're
Hmm.
putting together here, where we have younger generations who you've inspired to help you like this, means something. You're making a difference, okay? I
That's
just wanted to
right.
point that out. A few things though, Karis, if you would, can you take us through these next couple slides here, as it relates to um, breast cancer, and we have a high rate of survivor when it's detected early.
sure. I'm not sure what you're asking me to do at this point.
Well, I just wanted to go through these. I don't have a breast like that, so I thought you would be better off doing
Okay.
it. Maybe we
Okay.
had an
So you want me
exam
to
first.
talk about the signs and the symptoms? Got it. No
Yes,
problem.
please.
Don't forget,
Uh,
Bill, men get breast cancer as well.
mhm.
Right? So it's a different type of breast in terms of size and shape sometimes and density, but it's still very important for men to understand these steps as well. So understanding and checking whether or not there's a lump in the breast or under the armpit. If there is some sort of irritation or dimpling of the breast or sensitivity, also the breast tissue. If there is pain or even discharge from the nipple area, any changes in size or shape, thickening or swelling of the breast as well. And sometimes my understanding is similar to when a woman breastfeeds, but there could be some flaky skin around the nipple area. And then, of course, any pain in that area as well.
Outstanding. Thank you. And here's
You
just another slide of just some of the same things that she just mentioned, which may give you a better idea of some of the things you should be looking into with
and can
your
I
personal
add?
physical exam.
Can I add? So there are situations where men and women may have a mass that's benign. It's still very important to continue to get those checked because
Mm-hmm.
they can still grow and cause other health problems and other health challenges. So even if you haven't been diagnosed with cancer per se, you want to make sure you continue to have your regular mammograms to make sure that any growing tissues don't cause you other health problems.
So again, there are some risk factors that we need to be aware of. Radiation exposure, if you're a woman, your family history, women who are overweight. Um, you have to look at these things to, find out what your risk is for this. All right.
Mhm.
Again, we're all getting older. We need to look at our history. We need to look at the size, density of our breast, and exactly, what we're doing, how we're living. So get involved, ladies and gentlemen, in your own fitness, health, and wellness. There are some factors that can be changed, like getting old and your hereditary, the types of breast tissue that you have, and your ethnicity. As I've identified earlier, you'll see that there are certain segments of the population that are at higher risk for breast cancer. Why? Well, it could be what you're eating, could be how you're living. You might not be eating right. You might not be exercising right. You might not be getting enough sleep.
And may I add, there are also different types of tests. So Black women typically have more dense breast tissue than other races. And so it's very important to understand what your breast tissue looks like because many of us need to have 3D mammograms in order to even detect a mass within our breast.
Wow, great point. Kim, you had mentioned earlier about the stages of breast cancer. So again, here we've got a illustration of, someone says they got stage 2, stage 3 breast cancer. Well, this diagram tells you exactly what that means. All right. So if someone tells you they in stage 1, it's the early signs. It may have spread to other tissue in a small area, and they're hoping to do what they can do to catch it. All the way up to 3 and 4, where the tumor is larger than 50 millimeters. There's more lymph nodes involved across the wider region. In some cases, there's no tumor present at all. As Karis just said, you might need a different type of imaging tool to catch it. So again, Kim, I know you had mentioned this before, and going through this experience 3 different times, I'm sure you could give some insights into this.
Well, each time that I was diagnosed, it was a different stage. A lot of young people are diagnosed with stage 0, and that's why they did. Then I went from at 19 to stage 1, where, they just did a lumpectomy. I was stage 2 with the ovarian. With the 4, like I said, my husband found a lump under my arm,
Mm.
And it was the size of a golf ball.
Mm.
So we get so caught up in loving and helping others so you don't pay any attention to yourself. And that's where, if there's anything I regret, is not paying more attention to my health, knowing that I had these situations before and I could have them again. So it's very, very important. What you're doing, this Zoom information is so valuable because if you don't pay attention to your body, things can really get out of control. And with me, it was out of control. Anytime you can have a lump the size of a golf ball,
Wow.
but, and I also look at things sometimes that God just uses you.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think he was using me in that form. So am I a little mad at myself? Yeah, I am. So, but
You're here to tell the story
yes,
to help
hello.
others, and you're helping me.
Because I have, being a funeral director, you see a lot of situations that you can be in.
Outstanding. This is going to be a question for both of you. How did your relationships with family, friends evolve during this journey or change? And any type of insight you can give. How can people help? Sometimes people think they help you, but like you said, no, you got to protect your peace. You got to turn off, and then sometimes you have to turn on. You still got to live. You still got to work. Kim, you got people calling you up, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning with the most heaviest burden of all. Tina, they're trying to book a show tomorrow, and whoever booked can't make it. And you got your own, life drama going on. How are you guys managing these dynamics?
Well, Tina,
Tina?
if you wanna.
Oh, well, I haven't stopped booking. It's just I have good and bad days. Sometimes it's just I feel like the nausea takes over if I do too much exerting. It just but most people I just need to be an ear. I don't need conversation or anything. Just
Mm-hmm.
prayers and yeah. A lot of people try to. I've never smoked weed in my life, but they've been trying to push that on me. But my father died from prostate cancer, and I guess the weed helps because he died in '98, and the doctor had taken pretty much over his body. As a matter of fact, Kim, your funeral home was the one that did my father's funeral.
Oh, thank you for the
Yeah, in
honor.
'98, y'all did a great job, and then y'all
Thank
shipped
you for the
his
honor.
body to North Carolina. But
Mm.
yeah, the doctors whispered to me in 1998, give him some weed because it helps with the pain
Mm-hmm.
And the nausea, I would
and the
hope.
nausea. Yeah, but it ain't going too far. It went all over his body. So then the doctors asked me who in my family had cancer. I didn't know my father's side of the family. And come to find out, it was hereditary on my father's side. Almost everybody had breast cancer or cancer. So it pays to know your history because that's the first thing they ask you. You have any history of it? Then did a geno test and find out it's that's why they're doing so much chemo on me because they might think it might come back. But they took out the lymph nodes, because they said that's where it would start if it come back. But the comedians have been ride or die with me because I in 2007 they didn't think I was going to live, so I had my bout with death quite a few times in a lifetime. They're doing a documentary on me right now, so this is
Mm.
part of the journey.
Right.
The comedian, God know what He doing.
That's right.
I have been near death situations all my life, seem like. So this is just I'm still here to tell the story. And if I can help anybody with my story, it's a blessing.
Right.
Yeah, God bless you, Tina.
Yeah, I'm
As
here
you
by the
know,
grace of God, trust me.
That's right. He's
yeah. All right,
using us,
I'm
guys.
not
Tina.
taking advantage of it. I'm taking advantage of I'm gonna live
Yeah,
life to the fullest, you know.
yeah, outstanding. All right, guys, we running. You guys are really doing a great job here. Um, but I want to get further down on some questions here. Karis, can you start off with from the survivors' feelings?
Segment 4.
No, still in segment 2 for Kim and Tina.
Oh, I asked those already.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, keep on moving in.
Okay, so you want to do segment 3.
Yeah.
Um, so you've each found ways to turn your story into impact. How did your journey lead to your current purpose?
Well, my determination is I ain't dying. I'm
That part.
lived. So I'm just focusing on um, living and loving,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So I have, and Tina, you mentioned about having family members. I've had several family members who have breast cancer. Um, also, and the stages are what makes the difference in how you feel. But I just, I don't let people like try to pity me or, I don't want to, like I said, I normally, I'm on here tonight because of Bill.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being honest with you. Because I don't, people will make you feel worse. So even if I have family members that, they'll call me up, how you feel with my hands, don't, because it doesn't, they don't understand, they mean well. But they may have in the back of their mind, oh, she's going to die. We are all going to die.
Mm-hmm.
I never saw a blank death certificate. Live. Just because we're going through a journey, live. Don't, and they mean well,
Yeah.
but like you were talking about, the way food can taste. I used to have people that would come and bring me food. Well, maybe you can eat this, or maybe you could eat that, and I'm like, I ain't eating this food. These people, they don't even wash their hands when they go to the bathroom and they want to bring me some food, So trust me, you are amazing. You are
That's funny.
amazing. And your spirit and your profession, you watch, you're gonna have so many funny, and I can't wait to hear them, But don't let
Well,
anybody
she
steal your
already
joy.
did, Kim. She
The
already
comedy
did.
shows, I'm still going. I have to get my laugh on because
Yes.
nothing's going to change. I just have to go through the motions and keep smiling. I try to stay positive. I try to keep.
Yeah.
I give good advice to people. They call me the godmother of comedy because I'm an ear. I'm not.
Yeah.
I listen. I listen to hear you, not listen to portray anything on anybody else.
Right.
It's something else when you're talking to somebody. All of a sudden, it's about their cousin's uncle.
Yeah.
People listen. I listen to understand, not to respond.
Exactly.
Sometimes people just want to ear. They don't need to hear your problems or other people's problems. They just want you to be an ear. Some things don't need a response because people just want to vent. So let them vent and don't have a response. You just be the ear they need. So all
But
I
you're
need is an
right.
ear. I don't need to hear other stories because I have my own journey. And sometimes I want to vent. I don't need a response. Everything does not require a response.
That's right. But
So
they, we have this journey for a reason, and we're gonna be okay.
absolutely.
We're gonna be okay. You can't, the type of business that I have to be strong for
Mhm.
other people because
Absolutely.
if I act weak, they'll go somewhere. They'll go somewhere else because they'll be like, Kim can't handle it. Oh, yes, I can, So that's my attitude. But you and I know, guys, if you never went through the cancer journey of doing chemo, doing radiation, getting stuck all the time. You mentioned about, sometime upchucking. I
Yeah.
never had that, but the diarrhea, horrible. And I remember the one nurse said to me the first time I took the chemo, and she said, when you leave here, go by Walgreens and get the pens. I was like, do what? She said, go get some Depends. I said, what am I getting Depends for? She said, because you're going to go to the bathroom. And, a lot. I said, well,
Um,
I know when I'm feeling that I have to go to the bathroom, I'll go to the bathroom. And she was, she was an awesome nurse. And I said, no, I'm not going to get any Depends. She went and got one and threw it at me and said, okay, just poop all over yourself then, because you're going to need to wear them. And I was like, But, you people don't understand all that. They don't understand that we travel with a travel bag.
that part.
Yeah. But we're going to be okay.
Yeah, the
No.
neuropathy is. Ugh. Your
All right,
hands
now,
start
ladies, I
hurting your
told you
feet.
guys, I told you guys only an hour, but we're gonna go a little longer here because we got a few more questions.
Has it been an hour?
My chat room is just crazy. All right, I haven't even looked yet. Okay, so next question, if you would, Karis.
Well, actually, if we can go back, ladies, would you mind sharing what's in your travel bags?
The best divorce lawyers in town, right this way.
Well, my girl Monique Bass prepared me for chemo. She put and for radiation. She put she was actually accurate on everything. She said the second chemo, my hair would fall out. She was right. The second it came out in the shower, I was shocked. And shout out to Reggie Sumner who shaved my head. But she put a blanket because she said it gets cold in chemo. The blanket came in handy. She said you're gonna be there for a while, so she put in puzzles and everything for me to keep busy during chemo. She gave me all kind of cream and stuff for, I guess, the radiation would burn. But she prepared me for everything. She gave me socks. She said, because your feet gonna get cold. Everything she put in a bag. I gotta get Monique Bass is the bomb. She has an organization called Behind the Bra. So I'm gonna donate to her. So she's been wonderful. And she prepared me for everything that was happening. So I'm still going through it. So I got about 16 more sessions to go. But I'm planning for the future. I'm not going to let it get me down. So all this downtime, I will be working.
That's right. But in my travel bag, it had all the things that Tina's talking about, but I had to also carry a washcloth, a towel, some soap, and my blanket. Like Tina said, I'm in love with the Obamas. So my blanket was President Obama.
Nice.
Yeah. And so that became a conversation. After the second chemo, I wouldn't allow my husband to come anymore with me because he looked like he just wanted to fall all apart, and I didn't need to see that. And he would always take the blanket and like put it all around me and all that. And I'm like, if you would not, even the day of my surgery, I planned the funeral so he could not go with me to the hospital. And he didn't know I was going to have the mastectomy. So he called me, couldn't get an answer because I had my son to drop me off. They thought I was taking the test. But one beautiful thing about my journey, all my doctors were Black.
Nice.
I just wanted Black doctors because I knew they were more than qualified. And my anesthesiologist was a Black female, Dr. Stewart, and she was excellent. But the first question I had to ask her when she came to talk to me and tell me, what she was going to do. Now, one thing, Tina, I did not want to see was the operating room. Because our prep rooms look like operating rooms.
Yes, they do.
So I didn't want to see the operating room. So she came down and she talked to me, and she gave me an injection to kind of calm me down. But the question I asked her was, "Are you a Trump supporter?" That's when Trump was going through his first thing, and I was like, If you are, can you please go find somebody else to put me to sleep? I said, because but
that's funny.
And I'm so grateful to the doctors that I had and still have. Because it's nothing like, and see, I guess with me being a Black businesswoman and dealing with 99% of my families I serve are African Americans, I know of our qualifications because I know how they have blessed me by patronizing my business. So I always have this thing in the back of my mind, I have to go to my people first. and I know they can take care of me, you know, and they are, and they take care of me well. So, but that travel bag, you know, I'm just the little old lady with the bag.
Comes in handy.
Outstanding.
Thank you.
That brings us down a little bit further. Tina, can you, I mean, you both mentioned, I guess, the sisterhood with Monique helping you out. And that's exactly, you know, what is needed, you know, connect how breast cancer connects women together. Can you guys talk how that's happened for the both of you?
Yeah, Tina.
Actually, I went to my girlfriend. She had cancer twice. She had an awareness thing. She's been doing it for the last 3 years. So I finally showed up for her. I shocked her. That was Saturday. And then DJ Qua did an awareness dance Saturday night. So I went to that. It was a struggle, but I made it. You know, I had to show up. She's been there for me since day one. She helped me with my fashion shows and some of the comedy shows. Everything I do is all black. So yeah. So I make sure it says that too. So I shocked her. So I've been trying to make the rounds for breast cancer month. Just trying to they told me the fatigue I need to exercise, but sometimes it gets overwhelming. I just gotta sit down. I'm not trying to do too much, you know. So yeah, it brings people together. I'm getting a lot of advice from people that actually had breast cancer, because, like she said, people that ain't had it don't understand, and everybody body reacts different. With me, I'm the opposite. They have to give me something to go to the bathroom. But yeah, it's a day by day thing. You have to take it one day at a time.
Great. Hey, Kim, could you talk about what some of the silent struggles survivors, you know, face even after remission that people may be overlooking?
Well, I'm still dealing, you know. So I'm not a survivor, but I'm not going to advertise it. Like I said, you know, I don't need the pity. I appreciate people's love and stuff. Um, you know, I'm looking at your page there. Tina, I don't know. Like I take chemo. I was taking chemo on Fridays,
Mm-hmm.
but then I had Saturday and Sunday. I don't know, like if the day you took chemo, how you were. The second day was always my worst day, and I didn't want people around me. I didn't want anybody holding my hand. I didn't want. Thank God my children were old enough where you know I didn't have to have help with them.
Mm-hmm.
But and I never wanted to go to cancer events because I didn't want to be put in that space. And I know it might sound selfish, but I think because of the line of work I'm in,
Mm-hmm.
I see what the end results can be from that. And I'm not claiming it. I can't,
Right.
you know. No, so that's why I have like my chemo over the weekend. So by Monday, my cousin Debbie gave me a sign, said she's back, you know. But people don't know if you've never had chemotherapy, oh my God.
The 3 days after the chemo is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be bothered. I don't answer the phone or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But once it's over, I do socialize. I make the phone calls back, you know. So
Right.
people understand. They understand. I'm not a phone person anyway. So
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
really
good.
talk to people. I socialize enough with the comedians and stuff, but I've never been a phone person. My phone though, leave my phone in the car when I go out to eat, because I'm out to eat, not answer the phone. I think that's
Outstanding.
so rude.
Ladies, we're going to be closing up in the next 10 minutes. We do have a couple questions in the chat. So we're going to ask you both one closing question. Then we're going to go see if we had a few questions in the chat. Also had a couple donations. Tina, we want to thank the people that made those donations.
Well, thank you very
And
much. I
again,
appreciate it.
we want to urge everyone who has made a donation is going to get a free tickets to Tina's
Birthday.
birthday comedy show and cancer benefit at Dolce. Now, if you don't know who's on this list here of performers, Marshall Brandon's on the road with Dave Chappelle, Freddie Ricks, Beast from New York, Tony Woods, DC Baltimore King, Biv Kev from 30 Rock, Sink from Brooklyn, Timmy Hall's a New Cat, Danita, and a whole line of AG White, Smokey, New York Kings, along with the New York King of Comedy, Talent. So make a donation, give 3 tickets and a swag bag, which I'm sure will be off the chain.
My birthday.
So I'm going to ask you guys one last question, and then Karis is going through the questions to see if there's anything that
Elizabeth.
needs to really be answered. And
What?
then we're going to close out thanking everyone for their participation and hoping that they'll continue to support you both in this particular mission.
So is that for me now, Bill?
Yes, that is for you.
Okay, so one question, ladies, do you advise getting a second opinion when diagnosed with cancer?
Yes.
Yes.
I would.
Yeah.
Or I did.
And this is for Tina. Did you meet Obama yet? Or Kim, I'm sorry. Did you meet Obama yet?
Oh,
Yes.
oh yeah.
You did?
How many
Several
times though?
2.
Well,
2.
No,
And
3.
I think
3.
no, wait a second. She sees him every morning because she's got a pop-up of him in her foyer, or used to. A lifelike
Plus,
foyer. All right.
I have a 6 foot by 6 portrait of the whole family
Wow.
in the entry of our funeral home. and see, when I first met President Obama, like, people talk about Obamacare. A lot of people don't know why he fought so hard for health care.
Yeah.
His mom passed waiting for her approval for her health care. And I met him when he was running for president, and it was at a private event. And he said to me, well, what do you do for a living? And I said, I'm a funeral director, but, I changed my major to help my parents. I said, but I did 3 years of nursing school. So he said, listen, if we win this, not if I win this, if we win this, I really need you to help out in getting health care passed for everyone. So a lot of people didn't know his real story about why he wanted to pass universal health care.
He was driven.
But great man. I've been to the White House a couple times, to the Christmas party. And then I went there. My daughter and I had lunch with Michelle Obama.
Nice.
They're really great people. And you can see that now. If nobody saw how kind he was before and how he loved, that's what's so important and what I loved about him. Because he loved everybody. He wasn't what we seeing now.
Yeah. Everybody need to vote next week.
They better.
Next year too.
Yeah, next year too.
Always. But
okay, Karis, you want to ask the one last question, and then we're going to close out. Once again, this has really been great, Kim and Tina. You guys have really offered up some valuable content to the audience here. And once again, I'm thankful that you guys took the call and the time to do this.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate
yes,
it.
it was
Only
an
you,
honor.
Billy.
That's right. That's what I said, Tina. You can't tell them no.
It's a good thing you're doing here, though. That's great that you're doing this. I'm glad to be
It's
a
all
part
good.
of it.
Being part.
It's all good, Tina. We'll be back on the road in the new
Yeah, Reese, you were
York minute.
great.
Don't get it twisted. That's right.
When I start my podcast, I want you guys to come on it. Thanks
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
for the donations.
Yes, we're gonna make one also.
And have a happy holiday season, even though we're going through what we're going through with the government.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, Tina, you got a last word in closing?
Me?
Yeah.
Everybody get checked. This is
Yes.
important. I got my results through a mammogram that took 5 years to get. Thank God it was stage 1, but it could have been worse.
That's
So
right.
everybody just stay prayed up, because this don't discriminate.
Sure doesn't.
So
Well, hang in there, Tina. You're gonna be all right, girl. I got your back.
we gonna be all right. We in
That's
this
right.
together. We all in this
Well,
together.
well,
So
you know,
everybody love each
not
other.
our problem. It's his. So that's why I don't worry about it. I just deal with it.
God is
You
good.
know, but you can't deal with stuff you don't know about. So Tina is so right, everyone. Please get checked out.
That's nice.
Yes, Karis just put up a few messages in a text about the importance of getting checked out. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, please get the exam. You see something, you feel something uncomfortable. If your man feels something uncomfortable, Kim, go get it checked out, because it is important. Early detection makes a difference. So
Let's
again,
challenge the group. Let's challenge the group. If you do not have a mammogram on your schedule, make that phone call and have a mammogram scheduled by this Friday.
and that would be for prostate cancer and colon cancer as well.
Mhm.
I'm over 60, and again, I've had to have all of these tests. It's uncomfortable, but yeah, you need to go do it. You'd rather be safe than sorry. Um, Kim, you got some last thoughts for the audience?
Just love. Don't try to handle stuff yourself. God is too good. And whatever you're going through, he's going to go through with you.
Absolutely.
Well,
Tina, much love to you, my sister.
Love to you
And
too.
everyone
I'm gonna
that's
stop by and
on,
see you.
please do. You'll be more than welcome, you know. But everyone, exactly what Tina said, you have to get checked out. Please.
all right. Dawn said, my 3rd and 8th days after chemo are my woman down days. I felt the same way, Kim. So
Mhm.
Dawn wanted you to know that. All right. And yes, we do have more notes, women affirming the message that we left here. So that's a positive thing. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is a presentation on behalf of PDA. PDA is produced by Dr. Darlene Williams, Karis Townsend, Alicia Hill, and myself, Bill Smith, for Destination Management and Direct Marketing Connections. Link up with us. It's in the chat. Check us out on the LinkedIn platform. We do monthly digital series like this, individually and as a group, traveling around the country doing personal development and also professional presentations for nonprofits and corporations and all types of activities that will help you with some actionable strategies for success in today's marketplace. So on behalf of the PDA group, thanks for tuning in. We'll be on leave for Thanksgiving, but we'll see you in December for the closeout in the year in review with some special guests. Signing out. See you next time. Thanks again. And we want to thank Kim and Tina Graham, the godmother of comedy, for their participation in today's show.
And
Thank
we
you,
thank
ladies.
Thank
you
you for
all.
having me.
Thank
Goodbye,
you.
everybody.
With much
Thank
love.
you.
God bless y'all.
Bless you.
Same
God bless.
here.